Hello and welcome to Pura Vida Your Life happenings. My name is Rachel Wade and I'm the founder and creator of Pura Vida Your Life. I'm a personal development coach and I help people who are feeling stuck, lost, empty and unfulfilled. I empower people to rediscover their uniqueness and achieve happiness and fulfillment in their greatest life yet, in all areas of their life. And this video is about what do you do when you feel empty inside. So I'm going to talk about that in more detail in a moment. But first of all, I'm going to let you know the 3 nuggets that I'm going to talk about that are going to improve your life straight away. So the first one is learn about your false beliefs. The second one is forgive yourself. And the third one is invest in your most fulfilling relationships. So let's get started. So let's start thinking about what do you do when you feel empty inside? And probably the first question to ask is, what are the signs that you are living an empty life? Now, I know myself, I've experienced this in the past, and I'll give you some reasons as to why you may be impacted by some life issues that are causing you feelings of feeling empty inside. But to start with, the signs that you're living an empty life, it may be that you might not notice it, but you're starting to feel lost and empty inside, and you kind of go through life in an autopilot, so in an automation mode. So, for instance, you wake up, you brush your teeth, you wash your face, and you do everything you need to do without really thinking about it. And it's because it's also very familiar to you. So you numb out your senses and you don't really hear or see or smell what's going on around you. Like somehow you're disconnected to reality. And you're no longer human. You are now a robotic human, being capable of feeling the sensation of happiness anymore. What has my life become? You might ask yourself. And say, I didn't sign up for a life like this, only to live a soulless life like this. So, what causes feelings of emptiness inside? Well, there are many reasons why we feel empty and lost inside at some part in our lives, but many of us experience life changing moments that we are not ready to face. And you could be manifesting inner emptiness and feelings of lost inside for many reasons. And they are, I'm struggling to cope after losing a loved one. I hate my job and I have no passion for it whatsoever. I'm not getting enough human contact and my relationships with family and friends aren't great. My partner doesn't love me anymore. I feel so alone and lonely. And there are many more. But you see, the main reason for all of these problems comes down to a lack of love. And I don't just mean romantic love, because love can come in so many different ways. So you have to love your work if you want to become more passionate about it. You have to love your significant other if you want to feel more intimate and connected with them. You have to love yourself if you want to get rid of these inner feelings of emptiness. And here's a quote: love is universal, an energy, a contagious force, a gift. So, what can you do when you experience inner feelings of emptiness? Well, a good place to start is to take a 3-step approach. So, first off, examine gently why you are feeling what you are feeling and choose your reasons based on your recent experience, and then try to improve your situation slowly. The second step would be to give yourself enough self-care and self-love. This might be just what you need the most. And thirdly, give everyone around you love and try to give anything that you are capable of giving for the improvement of another person's life. So those 3 steps may help you get started. And now I'd like to go into the golden nuggets that I'd like to share with you. So it sounds so easy to tell someone to love yourself, or even to tell yourself that matter. So, how do you love yourself? Well, in its simplest form, loving yourself comes down to your actions. So, learn and practice these steps to gradually start loving yourself more every day. So, the first in my golden nugget is learn about your false beliefs. So, take a compassionate approach and explore your beliefs and behaviors and what is happening with a person or a situation that might be causing you ill feeling or pain right now. You see, once you start to understand what you're thinking or doing that's causing these feelings, you gain great insight. And this is a powerful tool in making positive change. And my top tip here for learning about your false beliefs is to sit in a quiet space and take some deep breaths in and out. In and out. In and out. When you do that, close your eyes, as this helps you to go inside and ask your feeling self, your inner child, and ask this question: what am I thinking or doing that's causing the painful feelings of anxiety, depression, guilt, shame, jealousy, anger, loneliness, or emptiness? And just wait in the silence and allow the answers to come from inside. These answers will come from your intuition and from your feelings. So, for my golden nugget number 2, it's forgive yourself. So, one common barrier to loving yourself is that we all have some things in our past that we haven't yet forgiven ourselves for. So, maybe we feel bad about how we treated an ex partner or a friend, or we feel like we were too short with a family member where we were coming from a place of tiredness or frustration. Or maybe we have a whole streak of months or even years in our lives where we haven't forgiven ourselves for things. So my top tip here for forgive yourself is you can journal it out, or you can meditate on your thoughts. I find this really helps for me. Or you could speak it out loud, either just to yourself, talk out loud, or to people that you feel you have wronged, but when appropriate. In the heat of the moment isn't the right time. So usually wait for those times to have calmed down and to the dust settled. So I find using a mantra along the lines of, even though X happened, I deeply and completely forgive myself for my actions. I did the best I could at the time. I couldn't have known any better, and I will commit to acting differently in the future. I forgive myself entirely. So, golden number 3 is invest in your most fulfilling relationships. So, spending time around your favorite people is good for you, but the real magic comes from investing your love into other people with acts of kindness and quality time together. This then flows back to a funnel of love to your relationship with yourself. So, what you're doing is essentially signaling to your heart and to your gut and your inner child that, yes, I care about you enough to put love into places that I deem to be worthy of my time, attention, and love. See, these are your core values and these are your core favorite people, and you will honor and respect all of them through your actions. So, my top tip here for golden nugget number 3, invest in your most fulfilling relationships, is enforce your real boundaries in your life so you can carve out time for the things that matter to you most. Boundaries are so, so very important. So, say no to people you don't like spending time with, and say no to work projects, paths, or opportunities that don't serve you and your core values. Spend time with your favourite people on a regular basis and carve out time in your calendar to make time for fun and lightness and playfulness in your life. The more you honour yourself in how you spend your time, the more your inner child will feel seen, understood, and loved. So let's summarise those 3 golden nuggets again. Number 1, learn about your false beliefs. Number 2, forgive yourself. Number 3, invest in your most fulfilling relationships. And as always, my advice to get started is choose whichever step that either feels the easiest to you or the most challenging, depending on where you are in your journey and what you're looking to work on. Just start with one and then focus on incorporating that into your life. And then when you feel that you've got a solid handle on it, on integrating that habit, then start working on adding another. Don't overwhelm yourself. Just start with the one thing. But by doing this work, you will be rewarded in living a happier and fulfilled life. So here's a quote that I like. Always remember that your present situation is not your final destination. The best is yet to come. So if you have found this useful, then please share this with anyone you know that would also benefit them along their life's journey. So thank you for joining me again on this week's Pura Vida Your Life happenings. And I look forward to seeing you again next week for another insight, inspiration, and more golden nuggets to help you live a happier and fulfilled life. Pura Vida Your Life, it all starts with you. And I also invite you to come on a journey of empowerment with me. Now, my website is live, so go to puravidayourlife.com and start taking the steps to improve your life. So that's it for today. So thank you for joining me. I feel honoured that you've spent the time with me tonight, and I look forward to seeing you again. Pura Vida.